Your speaker could be hacking your PC right now, not your software, not a shady download, your speaker, the one sitting on your desk, plugged in through USB. This is about a real attack chain that researchers found in a popular USB speaker. The Sound Blaster Katana V2X. It's well-reviewed, widely used, and it has a problem that the company doesn't even consider a vulnerability. That last part is worth sitting with for a second. Let's walk through what's actually happening here, because the mechanism is genuinely clever and kind of terrifying. The speaker connects to your PC over USB. That's normal. USB is how it gets power, how it streams audio, how it talks to your computer. But USB isn't just a pipe for sound. It's a full communication channel, and your operating system trusts devices that speak USB. That trust is where this attack lives. The Katana V2X also has wireless capability. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi for app control. That's how the first part of the attack happens. An attacker who's within wireless range, maybe in a coffee shop, maybe in the parking lot outside your office, they can reach the speaker's firmware over the air. No physical access, no user interaction, you don't click anything, you don't approve anything. The speaker just gets modified. Once the firmware is changed, the speaker is now carrying a payload. It's still sitting on your desk, it still plays your music. You'd have no idea, but now every time it talks to your PC through that USB connection, it can do more than send audio data. This is where a class of attacks called bad USB comes in. The idea has been around for years. When a USB device tells your computer what it is, your computer believes it. A device can say it's a keyboard. It can say it's a network adapter. Your PC just accepts that. So a compromised speaker can pretend to be a keyboard and start typing commands. Silently, instantly, without you ever touching it. Think about what that means. The attacker is outside. The speaker is inside. Your PC is the target. And the bridge between them is a device you trusted completely because it's just a speaker. Now here's the part that makes this particularly uncomfortable. Researchers disclosed this to Creative, the company behind Sound Blaster, and Creative said they don't consider it a vulnerability. Their position is essentially that the wireless update feature is working as intended, and that physical access to your network is a precondition for the attack. But that framing doesn't quite hold up. Bluetooth range is around 30 feet. Wi-Fi can reach much further. That's not what most people would call a meaningful barrier. If you use this speaker at work, in a shared office, in a building with other people, the attack surface is real. The deeper issue here is how we think about trust and peripherals. We've built decades of security thinking around the idea that software is the threat. Don't click bad links. Don't run unknown executables. Keep your OS patched. That's all still true. But hardware is a different story. When a device is plugged into your USB port, it gets a seat at the table. Your OS hands it a level of access that most people don't think about. And when that device has its own wireless radio, its own processor, its own updatable firmware, it becomes a computer in its own right. A computer that can be reprogrammed by someone you'll never see. This isn't unique to speakers either. It applies to webcams, to USB hubs, to headsets, to keyboards with embedded Bluetooth. Any smart peripheral with a wireless radio and USB connectivity has some version of this attack surface. The Katana just happened to be the one researchers looked at closely. So what do you actually do with this information? A few things matter here. First, think about where your devices come from. A speaker bought new in a sealed box is a different risk profile than one bought second-hand or one that's been sitting in a shared conference room for 2 years. Firmware can be modified before the device ever reaches you, or while it's sitting somewhere you don't control. Second, USB-C and modern USB standards have better authentication mechanisms in them than older USB did, but those protections only work if the host system and the device both support and enforce them. Most consumer setups don't. Third, enterprise security teams are already thinking about this class of threat. There are tools that let you whitelist which USB devices can connect to a machine and block anything that tries to enumerate as an unexpected device type. If you work in a sensitive environment, that kind of USB control is worth pushing for. For most home users, though, the honest answer is that this is hard to defend against without changing behavior in ways that feel extreme. Don't plug in devices you don't own. Be thoughtful about smart peripherals in shared spaces. And pay attention when security researchers flag something, even when the manufacturer waves it off. That last point matters. When a company says something isn't a vulnerability, that's a business and legal position as much as a technical one. It doesn't mean the risk disappears. It means the responsibility shifts onto you. The research here is a good reminder that the threat model for personal computing has quietly expanded. It's not just about what you download, it's about what you plug in. And increasingly, what you plug in has a radio, a processor, and firmware that someone else can reach without ever walking through your door. That's a genuinely new kind of attack surface. And the devices sitting on your